Live from Camp Durant, it's Winter Banquet.
Jingle bell, jingle bell rock. A jingle bell swing and jingle bells ring.
Tonight we have plenty of fun videos, lots of awards like the Key 3 and the Roth Award, the passing of the bonnet, and a whole lot of fun. So grab your sash, get comfy, and enjoy Winter Banquet.
Hello, Airmen. I want to wish everybody a warm welcome to Winter Banquet. I'm extremely grateful to be with you all today, even if it's virtual. We've had a great Lodge year, and we're here to celebrate it as we look forward to the next Lodge year. I want to quickly thank the tech crew that's put this together. They put a great program together, and we have an exciting Winter Banquet for you, and we're ready to get started. To start off, we have some distinguished guests here, and we would like to welcome them. Our Council Key 3 with Nick Long, the Camp Commissioner. We have Bill Davis, the Council President. And we have Charles Flowers, the Supreme Chief of the Fire. I would now like to invite Charles Flowers to give some remarks.
Thank you, Parker. Good afternoon. My name is Charles Flowers, and it is indeed an honor and a privilege to be with you today as we celebrate all the accomplishments of the Occoneechee Lodge. This year, 2020, was an unprecedented, unpredictable year. But I am proud of the Lodge and its ability to pivot when needed. Although we weren't able to get together through our spring powwow, where we would have seen hundreds of young people having fun through the Lodge, we were able to have a fall fellowship this year. We were able to conduct a vigil for those vigil candidates. And so on behalf of the Council's Executive Board, I just want to express how proud I am of this Lodge. As Parker stated, the Winter Banquet is an opportunity for us to celebrate all the accomplishments that we have achieved over the past year and to look forward to 2021. We have tonight an opportunity to recognize several members of our Lodge with the Founders Award. This is our opportunity to say thank you to them for the outstanding service that they have provided, not only to the Lodge, but to Scouting in general. And so I look forward to being able, in an uncustomary way, of pounding elbows with them as they accept their awards this afternoon. But again, I just want to thank everyone for all that you do in this Lodge. Your service and all that the Lodge provides to the Council in terms of resources is greatly appreciated. And so on behalf of the Key 3 and all who have sacrificed and toiled to find the arrow, I welcome you to the Winter Banquet. Thank you very much.
A scout is reverent for each new morning with its light, for rest and shelter of the night, for the scouting brotherhood, and for everything your goodness sends. Lord, we thank you. Amen.
Please join me in reciting the Pledge of Allegiance. Scout salute. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. 2.
Please join me in the Scout oath and law. On my honor, I will do my best to do my duty to God and my country, to obey the Scout law, to help other people at all times, to keep myself physically strong, mentally awake, and morally straight. A scout is trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent.
Please join me in reciting the obligation of our order. Scout sign. I do hereby promise, on my honor as a scout, that I always and faithfully observe and preserve the traditions of the Order of the Air. Wilmak Tindink, Wingalausik, Witahemaway. I will always regard the ties of brotherhood in the Order of the Arrow as lasting, and will
Here's a little song
the spirit, even in the midst of irksome tasks and weighty responsibilities, and will endeavor, so far as in my power lies, be unselfish in service and devotion to the welfare of others. To
Hi, welcome everybody again to Winter Banquet. Glad you guys can be with us tonight. We will start off with the state of the lodge. So last fall, 5 members of Occoneechee Lodge were elected as lodge officers. These young men were Parker Morset as lodge chief, Alberto Daniel as vice chief of program, Greg Kuntz as vice chief of administration, Dakota Cameron as vice chief of comms, and Alejandro Reyes Arroyo, who was vice chief of finance. They were elected to lead the lodge throughout 2020, and their first event, LLD, or Lodge Leadership Development, was only 1 short month after they were elected. In November of 2019, the lodge, with its newly inducted leadership, spearheaded by Matthew Klossa and Matthew Bobzine, hosted LLD at Camp Durant for the first time ever. And you'll be hearing a lot of firsts tonight. Participants received training in several different areas, including communication for the modern leader, public speaking, life on summer camp staff, lots of AIA, and how to run a quality chapter meeting. The executive committee of the lodge met to bond as an EC, collaborate on how to run an effective chapter, and determine the direction of the lodge over the next year. In December of 2019, Occoneechee Lodge held its annual winter banquet at Camp Durant. The event was highlighted by each chapter creating chapter videos recapping the year, plenty of special presentations, and plenty of fellowship. The night closed as past chief Michael Glennon passed the bonnet to new lodge chief Parker Morset, who was joined by his lodge officers as they took the oath of office. A new lodge year had begun, and what a wild year it would be. Spring powwow in March featured plenty of excitement. Moving in the spring, challenges arise in the lodge chapters, and the people of this lodge had to adapt to the new situation that they were in. Chapters soon innovated and started holding virtual chapter meetings where they played games, held trivia contests, and just got together to have fellowship. For the first time ever, unit elections had to be changed to become completely virtual as well. And many chapters rose to the occasion and were able to still hold elections for units across the council. One thing that did stay normal this year is the fact that our lodge once again continued our reign of winning Quest for the Golden Arrow for another year. Summer was another period of first for our lodge. The lodge created its first lodge podcast, the Fundy Thoughts podcast, which was led by Dakota Cameron, Greg Kuntz, and Parker Morset. The goal of the podcast was to bring together airmen and provide a few laughs. Another innovation was brought by service chairman and advisor Sam Chittick and Lee Green when they led the lodge summer workday at Camp Durant. Their efforts, as well as many others, not only led to Camp Durant returning to excellent condition, but also paved the way for many other scouting events to return safely because of their example. Near the end of summer, a new event was created, the Brotherhood Bash. This event allowed for 24 airmen to seal their membership in our order and earn their brotherhood. The planning done by Brotherhood chairman and advisor Ben Fitzpatrick, and Ryan Biegert, and interim Brotherhood Chair and Advisor Chris Kendall and Paul Morset made this event a reality. For the first time after 4 years of construction, the Lodge also performed a ceremony in the Art Ferguson ring. As the year continued, chapters got even more creative with chapter meetings to make sure they were safe. Outdoor meetings, chapter kickball games and soccer games, and chapter ceremony ring workdays were some of the ways that chapters continued to come together. Another opportunity that the Lodge took on this year was Section Night Live, the first virtual section event ever that had several funny videos and spectacular games. Occoneechee was the driving force in the creation of this event, and a lion's share of our members helped put the production on. The team of John Summer, Ross Peterson, Dakota Cameron, Parker Morset, and Will Hardesty made sure the virtual event was a great success. With the start of fall brought one unique fall fellowship. Our lodge came back all together for the first time in months and made the most of it. It was here that Arrowmen came together to provide service to their camp, welcoming 144 new members to our order at our first ever Reeves Ordeal, and called out 13 new Vigil Honor candidates. This event was literally not like any other, and numerous committees like logistics, food, ceremonies, registration, and ordeal had to spend countless hours planning, adapting, and serving for this event to be possible. I want to thank them for their service. Also at Fall Fellowship, 5 members were elected to be in the Lodge leadership for the 2021 year. Alberto Daniel as Lodge Chief, Trent Leone as Vice Chief of Program, Jacob Labaza as Vice Chief of Administration, Dakota Cameron as Vice Chief of Communication, and Greg Kuntz as VC of Finance. This past year, it has been my honor to serve alongside you all. Time and time again, the people of this lodge have shown their dedication and devotion to serving this lodge. It is truly incredible. I encourage anybody who's watching to get involved with the lodge. Earn your brotherhood, run for a chapter position, be a Langamet, get involved because you will be working with some of the truly great people. The strength of our lodge is its people, and I'm forever grateful to everybody in Occoneechee for all that they have done. The future of our lodge is very bright, and next year will be an excellent year. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Greg Kuntz, and I served as the 2020 Vice Chief of Administration, and I will be serving as the 2021 Vice Chief of Finance. The Vigil Honor is the highest honor that the Order of the Arrow can bestow upon its members for service to Lodge, Council, and Scouting. Membership cannot be won by a person's conscious endeavors. It is a high mark of distinction and recognition reserved for those Arrowmen who, by reason of exceptional service, personal effort, and unselfish interest, have made distinguished contributions beyond the immediate responsibilities of their position of office to one or more of the following: Lodge, Order of the Arrow, Scouting Community, or Scout Camp. The following members of our lodge completed their vigil this past October: John Charles Sams, Ben Fitzpatrick, Trent Leone, Brandon Wallner, Ethan Embry, Will Hardesty, Jacob Labaza, Nate Stein, Bryson Lyons, Jeff Niekirk, Scott Sublett, Ralph Embry, and Daniel Butler. Please join me in congratulating our 2020 Vigil Honor class. Now, please enjoy our Lodge Year in Review video.
Here's a little song I wrote. You might want to sing it note for note. Don't worry. Be happy. every life we have some trouble. But when you worry, you make it double. Don't worry. Be happy. Don't worry. Be happy now. Don't worry. Be happy. Don't worry. Be happy. Don't worry. Be happy. Don't worry, be happy. Ain't got no place to lay your head. Somebody came and took your bed. Don't worry. Be happy. The landlord say your rent is late. He may have to litigate. Don't worry. Be happy. Look at me, I'm happy. Don't worry. Be happy. I give you my phone number. When you worry, call me. I make you happy. Don't worry. Be happy.
Good evening. My name is Alberto Daniel, and for the past year, I have served as your 2020 Vice Chief of Program, and I will be serving as your 2021 Lodge Chief for Occoneechee Lodge. The Troop Service Award is an award given to those airmen who remain as active participants in their troops. There are only 8 requirements to be completed over the course of a year. That includes such things as contributing service to the troop and participating in troop outings and meetings. The following scouts have completed the Troop Service Award: William Winslow, Jack Brewer, Bryce Morris, Warren Entenson, Evan Nazareth, and Jonah Guilfoy. Please join me in congratulating these award recipients. Now, Greg Kuntz will present our Serving the Thunderbird Award recipients.
Good evening. The Serving the Thunderbird Award recognizes those airmen who go the extra mile in service and commitment to our lodge in a 1-year time frame. The following airmen have completed the Serving the Thunderbird Award: Mary Hampson, Parker Morissette, Kevin Blackwood, Jennifer Miller, Alberto Daniel, John Barden, Matt Brenneman, Jacob Labaza, Will Hardesty, and Scott Sublett. Congratulations. Here is Alejandro Reyes Arroyo to present the 104 Service Award.
Good evening. My name is Alejandro Reyes Arroyo, and I'm gladly served as your 2020 Vice Chief of Finance. The 104 Service Award recognizes airmen who give 104 hours or more of service to the lodge over the course of the year. These airmen go above and beyond to serve our lodge. The following airmen have completed the 104 Service Award: Bob Gamble, Evan Nazareth, Parker Morissette, Paul Morissette, Jacob Labaza, Lee Green, Matt Brenneman, Kevin Blackwood, Mary Hampson, Jennifer Miller, John Barden, and Scott Sublett. Congratulations. Thank you for your everlasting and unwavering service to our lodge. Now we hope that you, all of our airmen watching, enjoy this video that we put together for our audience.
Better watch out, you better not cry, better not fight, I'm telling you why. Santa Claus is coming to town, Santa Claus is coming to town, Santa Claus is coming to town. Hey, he's making a list, he's checking it
Hello again. The Order of the Arrow Unit Excellence Award seeks to identify those units and the leaders within them. Those who excel in incorporating the OA into their annual planning. The OA Unit of Excellence Award criteria recognizes units that invite the Lodge to conduct quality unit elections, participate in Lodge events and meetings, and operate a complete OA troop or team representative program. The following units have achieved the Unit of Excellence Award: Crew 75 and Troop 444. Congratulations. Now, Dakota Cameron will present our 100% Brotherhood Conversion Award.
Hi, my name is Dakota Cameron, and I served as your 2020 Vice Chief Communications and will continue to serve in this position this next year. The 100%
American
Brotherhood
Indian
Conversion
Affairs
Award
Committee
recognizes
has three-
units in which every member who is eligible for Brotherhood that year or earlier is a Brotherhood member. The following units have achieved this award: Crew 1040, Troop 942, and Troop 942G. Congratulations. Here is Alejandro Reyes Arroyo to present our Summer Camp Staff Award.
Good evening again. The Summer Camp Staff Award is given to airmen who serve in our summer camp staff. Thank you for your service at summer camp. And I'd like to bring back to the podium Alberto Danio for the AIA Awards.
The Ceremonialist Recognition Award is presented to those airmen who have served their lodge as a ceremonialist and have met certain requirements such as performing in at least 5 ceremonies and performing at conclave or NOAC. Congratulations to Alan Stockberger for achieving this award for 2020. We now move on into the HOCA Award presentation.
The American Indian Affairs Committee has 3 unique awards that recognize those Lodge 104 airmen who dedicate themselves to each of the 3 areas of AIA activity: ceremonies, dancing, and singing. Ceremonialists can earn the Willickson Award, dancers can earn the Ginkin Award, and singers can earn the HOCA Award. Of these 3 awards, the Singer Award, the HOCA, is the most difficult, requiring much individual effort and group participation to learn about Native singing traditions, protocol and etiquette, the 2 styles of powwow singing, the many different types of songs, and how singing fits into Native American cultures. Lastly, and most importantly, learning to sing Native powwow songs correctly, whether they are songs without words or songs in a tribal language. The word HOCA comes from the Ponca tribe of Oklahoma and means singer. Tonight, the AIA Committee is proud to recognize an airman who has been very active with the Lodge Drum Team for over 2 years, singing at induction weekends and at our annual powwow. If you heard singing late in the evening on the Friday night of your ordeal over the past few years, you likely heard his voice. He has led songs at lodge events and participated in singing competitions at the Section Conclave and at NOAC 2018. Please join in congratulating the 16th Lodge 104 Airman to earn the HOCA Singer Award. Eagle Scout Jacob D. Peterson from Nemahook Chapter. In addition to the HOCA patch, Jacob receives a custom-made drumstick with bag, a singer chair, and has his name embroidered on the HOCA blanket for the lodge drum.
The HOCA Award. HOCA in the Ponca language, meaning singer. We are here to present Jacob Peterson today for receiving the HOCA Award, which its name is on this plaque, as well as being the 16th recipient on the drum blanket. We will be giving giving him the drumstick set as well as the plaid. And his personal chair for the drum circle, for which he has earned. Jacob Peterson has dedicated time and effort to the Lodge drum team. He has competed in NOAC of 2018, has participated in Lodge events such as Conclave, Spring Induction, Spring Powwow. He has also participated in section events such as this February AIA seminar and CIS. He has dedicated much of his time to singing and perfecting everything that he knows today.
All right, welcome back. Welcome back to Winter Banquet. We will now be presenting the Key 3 Award. The Key 3 Award is an award that is awarded by the Key 3 and is given to airmen that go above and beyond the call of duty. They're always there to help at a drop of the hat, and they serve the lodge.
These are people who we have been able to consistently rely upon to a lot of times do things at moment's notice, or even the times where they recognize the need themselves and they just jump right in because that's what they do. Parker, this award is given annually to 4 recipients, 2 youth and 2 adults. Parker is going to now reveal the names of the recipients of the 2 youth.
Yep. So for the first recipient of the Key 3 Award, this guy stepped up big time this year, came right onto the scene and helped us out in so many ways. I worked with him a whole lot. He helped out with Section Night Live, the Funny Thoughts podcast, and he's helping here today. He is literally the definition of cheerful service. He's just, hey, can you do this? And he's like, yeah, sure. And no question, he's always looking for ways to help too. And he's a great help to the lodge, and I appreciate him a lot this year. The recipient of the Key 3 Award is Ross Peterson.
By the way, we should say what the Key 3 Award is.
Sure.
The Key 3 Award is a director's chair embroidered with our lodge logo, and on the back of the chair, it has the special Key 3 Award embroidery. So these are a really special chair, and they're very, very comfortable, just to let you know. Ross is here tonight, but doing what Ross is doing, he's working.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ross, and congratulations.
Thank you, Ross. So the next recipient of the Key 3 Award, this is a guy that you would be hard-pressed to find anybody else in our lodge that is more dedicated to the ideals of the lodge. He just loves it so much, and he exudes it in everything that he does. He's held many positions in the lodge for many years and always been involved, always hands-on. He has definitely cheerfully served throughout this year, especially was a big part in making Fall Fellowship happen, and it's been an absolute pleasure to work with him. He's an all-around great guy. I'd like to congratulate Alejandro Reyes Arroyo in winning the Key 3 Award.
Come up and have a seat. Have a seat.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Alejandro. Oh, yeah.
Yes, perfect.
I will now turn it over to Keith for the adult recipients of the Key 3 Award.
Thank you, Parker. The next recipient is an adult who, like all the recipients of this award, you've seen her around many times. She always comes to all the events with a can-do attitude, someone who's always ready to take on responsibility. When we needed someone to help us integrate the changes introduced this year with females coming into the OA, this person was instrumental in helping us do that. The next recipient is Donna Dragon. Congratulations, Donna. We know you're busy somewhere right now. We have a chair coming your way. Thank you very much, Donna, for your service. The next recipient, similar words could be said. This person is always around helping us do things and has been around camp many, many years. And I hope I didn't just age that person by saying so many, many years, but believe me, Them and Dirt have been at this camp a long time. This person has done lots of work here, has definitely left his mark on many buildings, many structures. The next recipient of a Key 3 award is Mr. Dennis McKinney. Please come up, Dennis. We did our best to surprise him. Thank you, Dennis. This concludes the Key 3 awards. I want to congratulate all 4 of the recipients. You people help us do things in the lodge and make our jobs easier with your attitude and your willingness to do the things that you do. Thank you very much, and we look forward to you continuing in that tradition.
Absolutely. Thank you all. No, you go. All right. You can take your chair. There you go. Thank you. All right, moving right along. Next up, we have the Chiefs Award, which the Chiefs Award is given to the chapter that has shown great improvement throughout the year, who has done an excellent job and has just been a great chapter. So this chapter that won the Chiefs Award this year continues to improve and always raises their standards year after year after year. It's incredible. They were the first chapter to get 100% unit elections. They performed unit visits that led to those units holding elections and getting members into the OA, which is a huge part of what chapters do and grow in our order. They made 4 new patches this year, which everybody loves patches. And they performed ceremonies at the district camporee and provided them a call-out ceremony. And well, as this crazy year has gone on, they have held virtual meetings throughout and have continued to get together and have fellowship even with all this craziness. So the Chiefs Award for 2020 is awarded to Loxaheem chapter. Congratulations, Loxaheem. All right, keeping it moving, we have the Ruff Award, which the Ruff Award is for chapters that strive really high in certain areas of the lodge, or all areas of the lodge. The chapter chiefs submit these awards, their forms, and count it up throughout the year, and we see who does the best. This chapter that won the Ruff Award has done a lot this year despite this crazy year we've had. They've had many lodge chairmen. They have the most this year and have served in vital committees. They had a campfire ring workday where they completely renovated their chapter ring and has looks incredible. They've had virtual and safe in-person meetings as we've loosened up restrictions and everything, and they've continued to get together. And they were a major contributor to ceremony teams at Fall Fellowship that really, really helped the lodge out in getting this done. The 2020 recipient of the Ruff Award is Natami Chapter. Woo! Now I would like to call up the James E. West Fellowship to be presented.
Occoneechee Lodge is happy, again, once a year, this year, to support our council in a financial way, in addition to our normal service way. Each year, this year included, we are donating $3,000 to the Occoneechee Council's endowment fund and naming 3 individuals to be honored with the James E. West Fellowship. The James E. West Fellowship, as we mentioned, goes to the endowment, and we think of people that receive this honor to be people who have left an indelible mark on something of the council property. And in particular, this year we had more people that left their mark here, even during this time of COVID, than we had fellowships that we could name after them. They're familiar names. So the first name is Mr. Adam Martin. Parker's going to hold this so you can see what it looks like. The second person, and all these people, we could talk a lot about the things that have been done down here this year, but talk to the ranger, talk to other people who have been here. These are the faces you see here on the weekends, even when no one else is here for formal events. They're building something, they're fixing something, they're here doing stuff. The second recipient is Austin Blackwood. Austin is another one of those guys who is here all the time building something. I'm going to point to the 3 new shelters that were built this year as evidence to what these individuals have been working on this year. As I said, we had more things going on this year than people we could actually name with this honor. The third and final recipient is Alan Hastings. I want to say congratulations to each of these 3 people. Their work goes far and above what I could tell you is far and above. They have put in many hours. I can think of many weekends alone that it took just to build those 3 shelters, and they were here from nail to nail, start to finish, every single bit. There were others, of course, that helped on those shelters. Dennis McKinney was also another person who was very instrumental in doing those shelters, building those structures. Lots of people were involved. Lee Green, many people. As I said, more people put in that time, but we had the tough choice of picking out 3 individuals. But we want to say congratulations to those 3 people and thank them so much for the effort that they put into making this camp always and will be one of the finest camps in the state. So thank you to those 3.
All right. Thank you. All right, next up we have the Founders Award Committee, and we would like to call them up to present the Founders Award.
Hi, everybody. So tonight I get the honor to present one of these awards. So this individual didn't actually want to join the Boy Scouts of America, but his parents thought it would be a good idea for him to join. While sitting in a car outside the meeting he didn't want to go to, his mom looked at him and said something like this: "When you make yourself more than a man, if you devote yourself to an ideal, then you become something else entirely, a legend." With those inspiring words, this individual started his journey. He ended up going to more meetings and went on a lot more outings and really got involved in the program. He first got involved in the lodge by being an Alingmat, and he enjoyed the experience so much he became a member of the Ordeal Committee. He soon became the Ordeal Committee chairman. This individual revolutionized the ordeal process and made the Ordeal Committee what it is today. At the time I was serving as chapter chief, this individual was my VC of admin, and he encouraged me to join the Ordeal Committee. I wouldn't be where I am in the lodge today without him, and there are many others, members of our lodge, who he has helped along the way. He has found the best in the people that he works with and brings it out of them. He soon became VC of admin, and soon after that became lodge chief. I was the conclave chairman at the time, and to have a lodge chief who supported you and believed in conclave as much as you is always important. While lodge chief, he kept the spirit of the lodge up. He worked with the chapters, helped to encourage them to do service throughout the lodge. This individual never felt too big for a task to be asked to do. He would be in the mud leading a work group, served on the call-out team as the best Mateu I've ever seen in this lodge, and he did it 22 times, 3 of those times almost burning the camp down. He also served as an assistant scoutmaster for the 2017 National Jamboree for a troop in our council. He got lost in the bus at NOAC for 4 hours and luckily got found and came back to serve as an Alingmat after he was done being lodge chief. He has gone by many titles: lodge chief, vice chief, ordeal chair, Alingmat, my roommate, but most importantly, my friend. So it is with a great honor I present this Founders Award to the man, the myth, the legend, Michael Glennon.
This recipient has been involved in the Order of the Era for more than 20 years. In that time, he's had many responsibilities within his chapter and in the lodge. He consistently leaves his comfort zone to accomplish the tasks at hand. whether it be advising a youth or taking a fresh ordeal adult under his wing and giving him a purpose in the order. The fruits of his unseen labor are many and will last a lifetime for those who are lucky enough to work with him. I would like to announce Bob Gamble as a Founders recipient.
This individual got his start in the lodge in a much different way. He was serving as a Aligamat for the first time and saw the Aligamat shirt bin and decided to take and wear one of the orange Aligamat Ordeal Committee shirts, not knowing any difference. This was before the Ordeal Committee had a lot more members on it, and the Ordeal chairman at the time, Michael Glennon, thought, oh, hey, this guy's already been on the committee for a while. I must just never have met him before. And so throughout the entire weekend, Michael Glennon kept consulting this individual about how the ordeal work, how things need to be done, and even put him in charge of several projects, thinking, oh, he's a long-time member of this committee. He knows what to do exactly. Well, after the event, Michael found out the truth that this guy was actually never on the ordeal committee at all and had just been wearing the shirt. But after exchanging about 20 emails with this individual, he convinced him to join the committee, which is how I met this individual. He would go on to serve as Chief Aligamat and the Ordeal Chairman. He found his calling in the lodge through communications, serving as chapter and lodge vice chief of communications. He made a big presence on social media for our lodge. In the fall of 2019, this individual became the lodge chief. As you all know, this year has been a little bit more crazy than any other year we've had, and no one expected it to turn out the way it has. I was with this individual when he found out that we had to cancel spring powwow. Even though many events and activities have been canceled, that did not stop this individual. He worked with chapters to help them develop online meetings. He developed a weekly podcast for members to listen and participate in. When Conclave got canceled, he convinced the section to do an online show. He gathered many people together and developed Section Night Live. He worked hard to make sure that we could have safe, in-person events like the Brotherhood Bash and Fall Fellowship. He wanted to make sure that Occoneechee Lodge's spirit did not go out this year. When I think of this individual, I'm reminded of 2 Timothy 4:7, which says, I have fought the good fight, I have finished the race, and I have kept the faith. Even through all the challenges we have had this year, this individual still kept running the good race and kept the faith in this lodge. While always having a smile on his face and living by the motto of cheerful service, he has led the lodge through one of its most hardest years. It is an honor to present the Founders Award to my friend Parker Morissette.
This next recipient, I had a chance to meet this young man a number of years ago. He was a nervous wreck. He has done nothing but stepped up and stepped up and stepped up in his career in the OA, and he's been a good friend. I apologize, Glenn Taylor was supposed to be here to help me present this award tonight, but he has not made it. He probably got tangled up in that detour. But Mr. Flowers is going to say a couple words for him.
Thank you. I can never take the place of Glenn, but I will try. This individual next was one who I had an opportunity to meet, one of the first individuals that I met during my interview process. And I can say that he has definitely lived up to the spirit of the founders of the Order of the Arrow through cheerful service, through sound leadership, and just through solid character. This individual has shined, and I have grown to respect and admire his leadership style, and it is with great pleasure that we have the opportunity to present to William Davis the Founders Award. Bill, please come forward.
appreciate the Founders Committee asking me to step up for Mr. Davis. Again, he's been a good friend. We have our little breakfast chats every now and then, and I see that he's going to step up a lot more before this is all over with. Thank you.
Next up, we will have the full lodge video.
Whatever happened to predictability? The milkman, the paperboy, evening TV. Did I get delivered here? Somebody tell me, please. This old world's confusing me. About as mean as you'll ever see. Ain't a bird who knows you're true. Then a little voice inside you whispers. Don't sell your dreams so soon. Everywhere you look, there's a heart, a hand to hold on to. Everywhere you look.
So now we've come to the time in the program and the year where we pass the bonnet from the current lodge chief to the next lodge chief. But before we do that, I asked for just a second so that I could publicly thank Parker for the year that he has put in for this. And we know it's been a tremendously challenging year. And John described it very well when he talked about Parker leading the good fight, working hard no matter what happened. He was the last person I wanted to talk to about canceling spring powwow. The last person, because I knew he would hate it. And he did. As he did all the other events. He was the absolute last person I wanted to say, Parker, we're not going to be able to have that event. Because he cares so much about what goes in, and he has an attitude of, we can do anything. We can make this work. And even if we only had 5 people somewhere, he would say, it's going to be the best one we've ever had, because that's the way he is. It's been a privilege to work with you this year. We had calls weekly, and we talked about lots of things. You kept me very much entertained all the time, and I want to thank you for a year of what it almost could have been, but still was. Thank you.
Thank you, Keith. Thank you. Now we turn it over to the 2021 Lodge Chief. Alberto,
Yes.
are you committed to serving the Lodge?
Yes.
Please listen, and at the end, please give your response. I do hereby promise, on my honor as an arrowman, to faithfully fulfill my duties as Lodge Chief of Occoneechee Lodge of the Order of the Arrow, to live daily by the Scout Oath and the Scout Law, to preserve the traditions and the obligations of the Order of the Arrow, to cheerfully provide a positive example to all, for all to see, and to serve others so far as I am able. To this I pledge my sacred honor. Alberto, how do you respond?
I accept.
Congratulations, Alberto. You are the 2021 Occoneechee Lodge Chief.
Wow. May I please have Greg Kuntz, Dakota Cameron, Jacob Labaza, and Trent Leone please come up here. Trent, Jacob, Dakota, and Greg, please raise your right hand in the signal of the scout sign. Please listen, and at the end, please give your response. I do hereby promise, on my honor as an arrowman, to faithfully fulfill my duties as a lodge officer of Occoneechee Lodge of the Order of the Arrow, to live daily by the Scout oath and law, to preserve the traditions and obligations of the Order of the Arrow, to cheerfully provide a positive example for all to see, and to serve others so far as I am able. To this I pledge my sacred honor. Do you accept? Congratulations. You are now officially the 2021 Occoneechee Lodge officers. Please join me in congratulations on the new officers. Guys, maybe go. I want to thank everyone who tuned in for tonight. I know this has been a crazy year, but I do hope that this next year we have a great year, that we can all meet together as a lodge and rebuild of what we have lost this past year. I now would like to call up Keith Biegert for his advisor minute.
Thanks, Alberto. Looking forward to working with you this year. We've already gotten off on a good start, and we have many plans in progress, as Alberto's spoken about, lots to come. Before we go any further, I wanted to thank Sherry Unruh for all the decorations that you see behind us. She came out here and took care of all that stuff, and in addition to all the interesting things behind us, them and the production crew making all this work, I think we've had a very successful broadcast of a virtual event. When I think of 2020, especially for the lodge, this is our last event of 2020, and all I can say is thank God. Woo, sigh of relief, everything. We made it. A collective, we made it, thankfully. So much hard work has gone into this year. So many people have put in a lot of work, which sounds interesting when you think of we haven't been able to have as many events as we normally do, but that doesn't mean things didn't happen. I want to thank the associate advisors, Bob Gamble, John Barden, Matt Brenneman, and Art Bisbee for all the time they've put in this year. Because even though we haven't had regular lodge events, the Key 11 continues to function every month, planning for things that might be. Next, I want to reach out to all the people on the virtual broadcast. And I know that some of you may be at a watch party. That sounds awesome. Some of you may be alone. And to those who may be alone or in a smaller group, I want to reach to you for a moment and say, I hope that you feel for a moment, or allow yourself to feel for a moment, the brotherhood that this order provides, because you're not alone. Each and every one of us here in this room, everyone else in the watch parties all over the council, we're right there with you. Know that we are there together as a group, and as we have made it this far this year, we'll continue to push on into 2020. So we're looking for better times, better health, and for everyone to stay safe. I hope that everyone has a very Merry Christmas. Thanks.
Thank you. Please, the 2021 Lodge officers, please come up. I can tell this is already going to be a great year. Golly, I'm ready for it. All right. Everyone at watch parties or at home, please join us in crossing right arm over left, joining hearts as we sing together the song of brotherhood together. Firm bound in brotherhood, gathered a clan that cheerful service brings to fellow men. Circle our council farewell tightly every link that binds us in brotherhood with Martin Dink. Who? Thank you everyone for attending. I hope you all have a great Merry Christmas, and I look forward to seeing you in 2021. See you soon, Occoneechee Lodge.